Hello, I'm back again. I don't know why I'm recording vlogs all the time at the moment, but hey, I am. It's probably a good thing. I don't know. These aren't actually connected, by the way. Like the fucking... See, there's no microphone on them, and I don't want to risk it just being silent. Ahem. So, I'm not going to risk it. Simples. But I've been thinking some things, as usual. D&D on the brain constantly, though at a low level. And there's a lot of classes that people don't tend to really talk about. Like, Ranger kind of gets overlooked a lot. As does, I don't know, the Monk, which is my favourite class in D&D, followed up by Bard, because, vicious mockery is life. But the Monk. Admittedly, when I originally started playing it, it was wrong, the method of play that I used. Also, there's people. I'm gonna keep filming, even though there's people. I know, sacrilege. Yeah, I did it wrong. I was like, oh, they can hit like a gazillion times, whereas in reality they can not do that. They can't do that at all. I think they get multi-attack at level 5, like the majority of close quarters fighters, and yeah, they can also, as a bonus, do 1 unarmed strike. Or they can spend a key point and change that bonus to 2 unarmed strikes. Whereas originally I thought that you could get the unarmed strike off without a bonus. Meaning that when you multi-attack, you get your attack, your unarmed attack, your attack, your unarmed attack, then your 2 bonus attacks. Meaning you would have 6 attacks, at least. But no, you can have a maximum of 4. But, it's still a lot of attacks. Especially considering, you add your dex mod to your unarmed damage. Meaning that, say you got, a good sword. Like, I don't know, my personal favourite, the whip sword. Designed it myself. Though there were apparently historical versions as well. If you had a whip sword, which does a d8, so you do that, which can grapple someone if you use the whip part, or restrain them or whatever, which would give you advantage on your attack. Well, you do that, then you walk up to them with your ungodly amount of movement speed, because you're a monk, then they're restrained, so they won't get an attack opportunity if you back away again. But you've hit them with your whip sword. You don't have 2-weapon fighting, and you already hit them with it. What are you gonna do? Well, you can either try and utilize the sword to slash them as you pull it back. You can unwind it and whip sword them again. You can unwind it and just sword them. Or you can just punch them twice, or spend a key point to like annihilate their life. Because whip sword, do a d8. Then say you're, I don't know, level 5, which I believe means you have a d6 for your unarmed strikes. You do 4 for 1 key point. That would be, say you've got 20 dex as well. That's a maximum, let me do some mathematics here. You get 56 damage max without any crits, which isn't bad, so you do that, then you could also spend another key point to stun them, and because you did your unarmed strikes, you can knock them back 10 feet, you can knock them prone, or you can just make it so they wouldn't be able to take reactions. Meaning that instead of doing sword, unarmed, 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 you could do sword, sword, unarmed, unarmed. which would increase the maximum damage by a mighty 3. Which isn't bad. Oh, also, there's the stunning thing. Stun locks on monks is insane. Because I think it's starting at 2nd level, you have key points equal to your level. So when you're level 20, you've got 20 key points. It's 1 key point to try and stun someone. 1! Alongside which, your armor class, like unarmored defense, for monks is ungodly. It's amazing. Especially when you get to the point where you've got sanctuary as well. Blimey! It's like, okay, make a wisdom check, because if you've got high wisdom and dex, you're fine. So like, let's say you've got a spell save of 17. Wisdom check, they've got to get a 17 to be able to hit you. And fair enough. Say they do that, then they still have to roll like a 20 to hit you. What the fuck? And if you get magic items which boost your AC or your dex or wisdom, specifically wisdom in the defensive portion, it's harder to hit you from sanctuary. Or, if it boosts dex, it just means you do more damage when you can kill people. It's amazing! I don't know why monks don't get talked about. They get movement speed, they get unarmored defense, they get to hit a truck ton of times, and they're very versatile. What's not to love? I mean, yeah, you have a D8 hit dice, which, that's pretty standard for up-close quarters people. And they actually do get multi-attack on top of their unarmed strikes, which is always good. Then there's also the overpowered as fuck ability, 17th level, Quivering Palm, so long as you don't go down the way of the open hand thing. Boom! If they don't take save on, I think it's a wisdom save, but it might be a constitution save. You can just choose any time over, like, I think it's the next 2 weeks for them to die. Nothing they can do about it. They just die. That's amazing. I ran a very high level game recently, and one character had died once, but it got brought back. That character survived to the end game, and one of my other characters, which ended up dying, was on the other side of a wall. Boom, Quivering Palmed them. They died. Nothing. Of course, my player was very upset by that. They got very attached to that character, and I was like, well, they haven't died much, so I'll bring them back because there's a lot of gods involved. But still, it's a, well, it's a strong ability. Anyway, I'm running out of memory again, so catch you cats on a flip-flop. Goodbye.